Yesterday, we finished with Keck deciding to leave, and he's left a note for Ganwar and Hannah and his aunt. This chapter is called Bus. The evening air is cool and damp. I take the first bus that comes, the route that goes past Lou's. I put my coins in the hungry metal mouth beside the driver. The bus jerks and I grab a pole. How far does this bus go? I ask. To the airport, he says. The airport, I repeat. With the flying boats? The driver gives me a strange look. Sit down, kid. I think about the important news as I take a seat. For the first time, I wonder if I could go back home. I have my green money papers after all. I could fly to my home and find my mother myself. That is what a good son would do. I think of the vastness of my country. I think of the camp, the guns, the blood. I wonder if flying back home would be like the time I tried to fly from the top of the acacia tree. The bus is nearly empty. We pass many buildings and take many turns, and then we are on a big street I know well. In the soft light, I see familiar places the gas stations, the empty lots, the cars for sale, with bright lights on a string overhead like captured stars. This is an ugly land, I think. It needs endless horizons and emptiness. Here, too many buildings block the sky. You can't even watch the sun put on his bright pajamas and sink into bed. We're coming close to Lou's. I feel bad not to have said my thank yous and goodbyes and to have shouted at Lou in anger. In my old home, where death sneaks into your home in the hush of night, goodbyes were a precious thing. How can I miss a place of such pain, I wonder? It doesn't make sense, and yet there it is. What I miss is the time before the pain. I miss Mama and Lol and listening to my father sing a laughing song. In the moonlight, I see first the old gray fence with new boards on the gate Gonmore and I had fixed. To see Lou's house, the tree with its great brown arms outstretched, the sagging barn. I see Gull, too. She's in the field alone, staring out at the road. I touch the window, and then, I don't know why, I yell for the driver to stop. This chapter is called Treed. By the time I'm over the fence, Gull has spotted me. She trudges over, slow but determined like an old woman, longing for her grandchild's embrace. When we reach each other, I put my head on her neck. You should be in the barn, I say. I peer over her to see if Lou is outside. The sky is rich with stars like fresh black dirt sprinkled with tiny seeds. The moon hangs low, a cupped hand of silver water. Gall nudges me. I know this means she wants an ear scratch. So I do as I'm told. Tears warm my cheeks. A door slams. I see Lou heading to the barn. I crouch low beside Gall. I don't want Lou to see me crying. She will be coming to get Gall, and I must hide. The field is empty. There's nowhere to go but the big tree. I dash over and clamber up easily. It's a good climbing tree. High up in the tangle of branches, I watch the cars charge by like a herd of panicked animals. Gall looks up at me, wondering why her ear scratch is over. She heads slowly into the direction of the tree. I wipe my nose on my sleeve. No, I say softly. Go away, Gall. She settles in under the tree and stares at me like a motherless puppy. I'm so high, I should be able to see forever. In the starlight, I imagine that if I try hard enough, I can see my family's thatched hut, my father's sharp horned cattle, the tree where I learned I'm not meant to be a bird. Go away, I whisper. I'm going to be here for a long time. The next chapter is called Ganwar. I have been in the tree forever when I hear a bus screech to a stop. Far across the field, I can just make out a tall figure climbing down the bus stairs. Ganwar leaps over the fence and strides across the field. He's heading toward the barn, but then he stops. He looks at Gall. He looks up into the branches of my tree and he laughs. Please don't tell me you're trying to fly again, he says. How did you find me here? I ask in a loud whisper. I woke up when you shut the door. I watched from the window when you got on the bus, and I took the next one. Why? I demanded. Gonmore shrugs. Don't know exactly, but it was worth it just to see you stuck up here. Using his good hand, in one graceful move, he climbs up to join me. I don't want company, I say. He ignores me. So you're running away? I'm trying. Where to? Maybe I'm going home to find Mama. Gonmore nods. You think that's what she would want? It's what a man would do, I say. Gonmore rubs his chin. What if she's already on her way here? I rub my eyes. Suddenly I feel tired. If I lie back on this branch, I feel I could fall asleep for a week. I'm not used to making so many decisions. I'm not used to so many changes. In my old world, I was just Cat, the silly boy. I was Law's little brother, Gonmore's troublesome cousin, my parents' mischievous child. That was all, and that was enough. I sigh. There are too many hard feet things. I say softly, I can barely hear my own words. It isn't fair. I want everything I lost. Gonmore rubs the place where his hand should be. I look away. I don't want to think about what he had lost. Maybe I'll come with you, Gonmore says. No, I say firmly. You stay. But it will never be right for me here, Keck. I have this, he holds up his stump of an arm, and I have the Gar. It's worse for me. I'll never fit in. If you're giving up, why shouldn't I? I don't answer him. But when I look at Gonmore's arm, I think of how he leapt into the tree like it was his only home, and how he does all the work I do with just one good hand to help him. I remember something my mama used to say on dark days. If you can talk, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. Gonmore, I whisper, what if she never comes? What if it's only me? I can't do it all by myself. Gonmore sends me a sad smile. My cousin, he says, you already are. The next chapter is called Talk. I hear the crunch of someone walking. Lou comes out of the barn. Gall, she calls. What are you up to, old girl? Slowly, Lou makes her way over. She follows Gall's gaze up into the tree. My, she says, this must be the first time in history a cow has treed two boys. Lou climbs down slowly. When I get to the bottom, Gall nudges me again. She wants her ear scratched to continue. I force myself to meet Lou's eyes. Moonlight glints on her silver hair like ice on snow. I'm sorry, I say, for being angry with you. It isn't your fault about the farm. Lou smiles. Come on, you two. I could use a hand. We head toward the barn. Gall follows. Kind yellow light spills from the house. Lou and Gonmore and I stand there in the silent barn, stroking Gall and waiting. After a while, I help Lou toss some fresh hay into Gall's stall. How'd you end up in my tree this evening? Lou finally asks. I don't want to say the truth, but when Lou looks right at you, you cannot make up stories. I'm running away, I say. I see. Lou thinks about this for a moment. Want a cookie before you go? I think, too, a cookie would not be such a bad thing. Chocolate, I ask? Yep. I follow Lou and Gonmore into the house. It might be a long time before I see chocolate again.